show where we'll speak about how to create capital, how to build wealth, and how to become successful financially. And of course, finance influence all other spheres of life. Yesterday, we talked about differences between the United States and the countries that I used to live, such as Russia, Turkey. Today, I want to tell you what they have in common. Yeah, and of course, it's connected with money. What do people have in common about money? And there are a lot of things that are the same. For example, and here in the United States and there in Turkey, Russia, and I'm sure that in all other countries, people struggle with the fact that they don't have enough money, or they work harder but they can't break through the glass ceiling, or they live from paycheck to paycheck. Money comes, money goes, money comes, money goes. You're like an intermediary. Yeah, and of course they have no capital. They can't save because income is too low, or they have to, if they're an entrepreneur, for example, you're self-employed. You make some money, but you have to hire people. You have to scale your business because there is not enough money. Or, and sometimes it's even, everything seems to be good, but people feel that untapped potential inside themselves that they can't hit in any way. And so far and so on. So a lot of things that are in common. And today I want to show you how to escape from all that stuff. And the way of escape is the abundance strategy. Maybe you can copy it, make a photo so that you have it. I just printed it out because I can't show you slides. It's too complicated for me now. Sorry for that. So what does it say? The abundance strategy. You earned money, spend money, something has left. So you save this money, N, we call it N. Then you start investing, multiplying this money, and here's your capital that always grows. And if you follow this strategy, you have several positive points at once. First of all, you always have money because you does not let them to be spent every single month. You have something left. And if you do everything correctly here, I mean, investing, multiplying, your capital will always increase. And one day there comes a day when you have enough money for everything you want while the capital still remains and it continues to multiply by itself. So this is the abundance strategy. I want you to remember this strategy because everything we'll be talking about is about this strategy. This strategy has all components to become rich. Everybody earns money. Everybody spends money. But not everyone has N because there are different strategies how people manage their money. For example, some people spend more than they earn. So they have debts. They spend every single month more money than they make. And it's a very scary story, by the way. I won't even tell you a lot about this, but if you see that you are in this situation, it means that there is some kind of program in your mind that makes you follow this strategy. Because there is an idea, if we collect all the money in the world and divide it equally up among everybody, very soon it will be back in the same pockets. I guess you've heard that the saying, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. There are even real samples from life when a poor man wins a huge amount of money in the lottery. What happens to him after a while? He becomes poor again. But if the rich man who created his capital himself is taken away all his money, what happens to him after a while? He becomes rich again. So it means there is some kind of program in the mind that makes you follow a certain strategy. So it makes the rich people get richer and richer, and a poor person, he becomes poor and poor. So they have no choice actually, because there is some kind of program in the mind. And one of the programs, when you spend more money than you earn, it's a very scary story. But there are situations when people, they don't spend more than they earn, but they spend everything they earn. So they don't have this part. They don't have N. And here I adhere the opinion of Robert Kiyosaki, who says that it doesn't matter how much money you earn, it's more important how you manage the money that comes to you. Because I know people who make 50,000, 100,000 a year, 500,000 a year, $1 million a year, and they spend everything they earn. Yeah, they live great. Cool cars, regattas, yachts, um, but who has such familiar people who live great? But when you ask for money, there is no money. And it's not like, fuck off, I want money. No, they really have that strategy when they spend everything they earn. I call this the poverty strategy. But what's the danger of that situation? There is something I want you to think about. Who understands that one day there will come a day when we all stop actively making money? And what's going to happen when this day comes? So if we take this strategy, it means that we have this line. We don't have n. We have zero here. So earnings stopped, but we still continue spending money. And if you used to spending $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, how quickly you will sell out your fifth cars, apartments, in order just to stay at the same level. And it's the direct road to the previous strategy when you spend more money than you earn. So nothing works in that case if you spend everything you earn. There are also situations when people earn money, spend money, something has left. Earned money, spend money, something has left again. But then he changed the wheels on his car. He went on a trip. He bought a MacBook. He bought a car, and there is no money again. So he saved up, and then drained money away. And here people tell me, Ravi, but somehow I make more money than I spend. The story is very simple. And you can ask it yourself. Here you are. You've been earning and spending money for the last 10 years, maybe, or even more. But what capital is available at the point to spread out in front of you on the table? Usually zero. That's why the core of my life, the core of wealthy people, millionaires, billionaires, is the abundance strategy. This is when you earn more money than you spend, and there's something left every single month. Then you start investing, multiplying your money, and here's a capital that always grows. Actually, it's the main secret of becoming wealthy. But it's not so easy to follow this strategy. I guess you've heard that it's recommended saving at least 10% of your incoming money. Maybe someone even tried to do that. But I noticed that if we take a long run 10-year period, for example, very few people can save money and do not spend that saved money. But most of people, they save, kind of saved up, and then drain money away. So because there are some kind of pitfalls and you're thrown back. But I noticed if you switch to this new strategy and gain a foothold there, you can be thrown back. It becomes integral part of your life. Try to make me live according that poverty strategy. Try to make some of my I'm the founder of the Academy of Financial Growth. We teach financial literacy. I teach financial literacy there. Try to make them live according to poverty strategy. It won't work, I promise you. That's why this is the core. This is what I recommend, the abundance strategy. And we'll be talking about all parts of this strategy, how to manage earnings, because everybody earns money, how to create additional sources of income, how to manage spendings. The goal is to spend less than you earn. It's very simple. The first rule of creating wealth is to start spending less than you earn, and N will appear then. And only then you can start investing and multiplying your capital. So we'll talk how to earn more, how to spend wisely, let's say. I'm against cutting backs, to be honest. I'm about how to how to improve the quality of life by lowering the level of spendings. So it's something that everybody would like to have in their lives. And we're going to talk about this today, maybe tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, I don't know. Then we will also talk about how to choose a company for your investment portfolio. Oh, before, how to save money. Yeah. Um, what's important here, you can save money and regardless of how much money you earn. Even if you make $1,000, $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month, you can start saving money right away. You don't have to increase your earnings first. I'll give you the strategy. I'll share how I do this, how my students do this. What else? How to choose a company for your investment portfolio. Yeah. How to multiply your capital. You need to have good investment tools to multiply your capital in the long run, because we have two levers, the strongest levers to create wealth. We have percentage, the return, yearly return, and we have time. The more time you have, the lower return you can allow yourself to have. But if you have very little time, if you're, for example, in your 50s, 60s, you need to be fast, you need to get high return, or you need to save more. Only two levers. High return means high risks. So you need to be wise. And I'm going to share what I know about investments. I do this for more than 15 years. And I think for today, that's enough. We talked enough. I don't want to make these shows too complicated. I want to have these shows as a comfortable, funny talk. Today, I even decided to use a microphone to make my voice better. And today we're later than usual because today is a Thanksgiving day. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.